Let's be real, we all cook with ground beef, but are you getting the most out of it? What if I told you a few simple tricks could save you time, make your budget go further, and give you the best ground beef you've ever cooked? Well, stick around, because we're about to dive into some game-changing kitchen hacks you'll wish you knew sooner.
So first, I've got a question for you. Are you making some of these super common mistakes? From how you break it up in the pan to how you deal with all that grease? A lot of us are. But hey, don't worry about it, because we are going to fix all of that right now.
All right, here's the game plan. We're going to start with how to get that perfect crumble. Then we'll cover 3 awesome no-mess ways to drain the grease. After that, I've got a killer trick to stretch your budget, the ultimate secret to incredible browning, and we'll wrap it up with smarter ways to freeze and thaw.
Okay, let's kick things off with texture. You know, for tacos or bolognese, you want that really fine, even crumble, right? Not those big, clumsy chunks. Well, this first hack gets you that perfect restaurant-quality texture in literally seconds. So, what do most of us do? We grab a spoon or a spatula and just kind of poke at the meat, trying to break it up. It takes forever, and you're still left with these uneven chunks. Here's the secret. Ditch the spoon and grab a potato masher. Seriously, in a hot pan, just a few quick mashes and boom, the beef is perfectly and evenly crumbled. It is so much faster and way more effective.
Next up, let's talk about the job nobody likes. Draining the grease. It's messy, you usually dirty up a strainer, it's just a pain. These next 3 hacks mean you can ditch that strainer for good. This first one is just brilliant because it's so simple. You just place a fork over the edge of your pan and then put the lid right on top. That fork creates the perfect little gap. Now you can pour the grease straight out, and the tines of the fork hold all the beef back. No extra dishes, zero mess.
Now, this method is a total lifesaver for your pipes. You just take a piece of heavy-duty foil and press it into your sink drain, forming a little cup. Pour the hot grease right in there and just let it cool. Once it gets solid, you just wrap the whole thing up and toss it in the trash. It's clean, easy, and your plumbing will thank you.
And if you're just cooking a smaller batch, like a pound of beef, try the paper towel tilt. All you do is push all the beef to one side of the pan and tilt it up. All the grease will pool on the empty side. Then just grab a few paper towels with some tongs and soak it all up. It's probably the fastest method out there for smaller amounts.
With grocery prices being what they are these days, this next hack isn't just a hack, it's a game changer. I'm going to show you how to easily stretch your ground beef to get way more out of it without breaking the bank.
Okay, check out these numbers. For about $4, that's roughly the cost of 2 packs of mushrooms, you can add the volume of an entire extra pound of ground beef to your meal. Think about that. This isn't just a small tip, it's a massive cost saver.
And I know exactly what you're thinking. Mushrooms? Aren't people going to taste them? And the answer is a hard no. They won't. I love this quote because it's so true. No one will know unless you tell them. The mushrooms are chopped so finely and cooked down so well that their flavor and texture just completely blend in.
So here's how you pull it off. First, you need to get those mushrooms chopped up really fine. A food processor makes this super easy. Brown your beef like you normally would, and then just toss the mushrooms right into the pan. They'll cook down in that beef fat, release all their liquid, and once that liquid evaporates, they practically disappear. The key is to season everything well. Something strong like taco seasoning works perfectly, and I promise you, they are totally undetectable.
We've tackled texture and budget, so now let's talk about the absolute key to incredible flavor. This next hack is a little bit of food science that helps you get that deep, crusty, amazing browning that's so hard to get at home.
The secret? It's baking soda. I know, it sounds a little weird, but this is pure chemistry. Adding a little bit of baking soda raises the pH of the meat. In simple terms, it makes it less acidic. This chemical reaction helps the natural sugars in the meat come to the surface, which means it browns way faster and gets way deeper in color. You're basically giving that flavor-building Maillard reaction a turbo boost.
Now, the measurements here are really important, so listen up. For every 2 pounds of ground beef, you need exactly 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And here's the crucial part. You have to dissolve it in 2 tablespoons of water first. Stir it until it's completely gone, and then mix that solution thoroughly into the raw meat. This makes sure it's spread evenly so the magic can happen everywhere.
All right, let's wrap this up with meal prep. We all know buying meat in bulk saves money, but storing it the right way is just as important. These last few hacks are all about mastering how you freeze and thaw your ground beef.
There are 2 really efficient ways to freeze ground beef. The first is the flat stack. Just portion your beef into 1-pound bags, flatten them out completely, and then you can stack them in your freezer like books. It saves a ton of space. The second method is the pre-portioned block. You flatten a larger amount, like 2 pounds, and then use the back of a knife to score it into smaller sections before it goes in the freezer.
And the reason that pre-portioned block is so great is the flexibility. Because you scored it, you can just snap off exactly what you need. A 1/2 pound for a small pasta sauce? Snap. Just need enough for a single burger? Snap. It's incredibly convenient. So what happens when you totally forget to thaw your beef for dinner? We've all been there. Don't panic. Get your pan really hot, add a little oil, and put that frozen block right in there. Let it sear, untouched, for about 4 minutes. Then flip it over and use your spatula to scrape off that browned, cooked layer. You just keep repeating that cycle, sear, flip, scrape, until the whole block has been broken down into perfectly cooked crumbles. It's an absolute lifesaver. So there you have it. From crumbling and draining to freezing and browning, these simple hacks can completely change the way you cook with a kitchen staple. It kind of makes you wonder, right? What other common kitchen tasks are we all doing the hard way? What other essentials are you ready to hack?